Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Pathfinder and the Wrath of the Righteous. That's right, Hammond. We are back. Good to see you too. We find ourselves inside of a tavern after waking up from a particularly bad fight with some demons. We seem to be in some good company here. We did get a little bit of a briefing as we came back to consciousness. But it looks like a lot of our allies are in here. Anivia just outside of our bedroom, Camellia up against the bar. Horgus Grim waiting for something over there too. Let's see how everybody's feeling. Where's this cat? I keep hearing a cat. There they are. Just scurrying across the tavern. I'll be honest with you, I'm not feeling particularly good today. I am also kind of behind on every series that we're making right now. However, sitting down for a nice session of Pathfinder definitely beat trying to cast some quick match and heroes right now. So I'm very thankful to have this game in my life. In our personal chest, summons a pet owlcat. Owlcat's feral instincts provide +2 morale bonus on perception and lore nature checks. Is this like a one-time use thing? And then we have an amulet that is unidentified and a pair of boots that are unidentified. Both of those gathered in the Gray Garrison. We have $1,192 to our name right now. But I know someone who owes us a little bit more, and he's right over here at this bar. Before we can get there, Anivia, hey, wait a minute. Mind if I bend your ear about something? Anivia is outside your door, leaning casually against a shelf. So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission. I get that, and I know you'll get the job done. I saw you in action. But here's the rub. By sending you out on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. Lady, I saw the demon that fought this place, that took it over, that killed the dragon. Even if I am here, I'm just cannon fodder. I like how casual number 1 and number 4 are. Everything seems clear. What else do you want to talk about? Or, thank you for the warning. Take care. Bye. Both just super dismissive. Do you want me to stay here in the tavern? I mean, I could stay here a little longer. We have Hammond. That's really all I need. You... what? No! Your task is far too important. You just can't hole up here all cozy like, waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need to take the fight to them. But if those freaks try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, all right? Because if you don't, you'll come back to an ash pile. So, the rift that damn beetle left with its scythe? Yeah, well, it cut the city into 2, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in the market square. Not that any of them tried to make sure. But if you get a mind to cross, I think you're going to have to eventually, you might want to give the square a once-over. Yeah, do you have any idea when the demons might attack next? I mean, why would you? Honestly, that seems like a really strange question to ask. Yeah, exactly. Your guess is as good as mine. It may not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know that they lost the upper hand, and we're going to push back hard. If things kick off here, you should know. After they attack, some things could be changed beyond recognition. If you've got any business that needs taking care of, you better do it soon. Oh, so I need to complete all my quests before the demons attack again. Understood. Thank you very much. I'll be on my way. I totally forgot what voice I was doing for her. Unfortunately. Camellia's is like really calm and pompous. There's another cat. Let's zoom in on it. We have the technology. Man, it's really taking a liking to you, Camellia. What's up? Camellia looks you over pensively, toying with a snake-shaped bone amulet that dangles from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems for a moment that the girl wants to say something, but the pause grows too long, and she slips back into a cautious silence. Yo, your amulet's pretty unusual. Where'd you get it? Ah, my little trinket. It's so nice of you to notice. But I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Yeah, I wasn't implying that. Why did you take it there? You know, you sound like an asshole. Are you of noble birth? Camellia laughs her practiced musical laugh as she watches you from under lowered lashes. You're most insightful. A fine quality to have. Camellia laughter ends and unspoken words hang in the silence. It's like she's finding it difficult to talk to me. Forgive me if my questions disturb you, Camellia. I couldn't resist such a noble and beautiful lady. I will stop bothering you immediately if me talking to you is upsetting you. Not at all. Our conversation is an exquisite delight. Camellia affords you a brief friendly smile and appreciation of your manners. I don't think she caught my sarcasm there.
August? Here, take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that August Worm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation...
Hey, 2,000 gold just like that. Maybe this worm guy is a man of his word. Horgus looks at you with unvarnished disapproval. What does that mean? His arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What do you mean a job for someone like me?
For an adventurer, ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in the gutter. Or do you think you're somehow different? A traveling knight, perhaps? Noble of heart, but without a coin to your name?
Horgus sizes you up critically and then sighs and shrugs.
You seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves. So why should I care what you do with my money once you've got it?
I actually passed a perception check while he was talking to me. Horgus seems like one of those people who think the entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug ignorance. It's as though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. So what does this job involve? I'm just gonna note that down and keep on trucking here.
You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Canabras. I still have... Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city tried to get inside one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state that it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only a Badar knows what's happened there since. Therefore, I would ask you to meet me at my mansion and guard me until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they have no desire to set foot outside of this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors! That's what they are!
I imagine he just yelled that really loud in the middle of the tavern for everyone to hear.
Also, please do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She's of noble birth, after all.
Yeah, you guys won't shut up about it. Come on. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Somebody has to say it. It's going to be me. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. You know, I would ask that you refrain from such statements in the future.
Horgus puts his hand on his hips. Oh, really? How impudent. No one dares tell Horgus Worm how to address the rabble.
Oh, man. Okay, what kind of reward are we talking about before I make him too mad?
1,000 gold coins.
Horgus replies without hesitation. Well, I don't know, dude. This seems pretty important. What if it was double?
Failed diplomacy. Yeah, right. For that kind of money, I could hire Queen Galfrey herself to guard me. 1,000 is my final offer.
Okay, dude, fine. 1,000 it is. Just don't tell my party that I failed the negotiation, okay?
Marvelous! Most excellent.
Horgus's face relaxes, smoothing a few of the tense lines across his face.
I'll proceed to my mansion at once, and I'll wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand. But do hurry unless you want me to lower the reward.
It's like one of those old guys at a restaurant that says, oh, the tip-o-meter's going down. Fucking assholes. Oh, it does appear that we hit level 3 after the last encounter, or maybe after turning that quest into Horgus here. I'm going to put 1 point into Knowledge Arcana. I don't think I want to be really good at this. We're not going to put a lot of our attention into it. Persuasion, as always, that's its plus 11 now. We're going to continue to up my perception and my knowledge of nature. Those are the ones that are most important to me. And at level 3, we get another feat. We're going to probably take Precise Shot. You can shoot or throw ranged weapons at an opponent engaged in melee without taking the -4 penalty on your attack roll. Wow, we get a ton of new this must be a new spell level. Yes, we get access to level 3 level 2 spells. Excuse me, I looked at the wrong number for a second. Okay, this sounds really interesting. Natural Rhythm. Each time the creature successfully strikes an opponent with a natural attack, which I'm assuming would be Hammond's Claws, right? Each consecutive hit against the same target deals equal damage to the number of previous consecutive hits. So if we could somehow get his, can you like raise the hit rolls? Can we give him more bonuses? Is that something we could do? Because that could be really fun to just watch Hammond pop off. I know he can swing once and move, or if he's stationary, swing 3 times in a turn. That being said, Face Speaker, I think they have slightly weaker animal companions. Pernicious Poison. You weaken the target's defenses against poison. The target gains a -4 penalty on saves against poisons and attempts to cure the poison, take a -4 penalty as well. I always love the idea of doing damage over time and spreading plague in front of me. Maybe this will be the character we do something like that on if those kinds of spells are going to be available to us. Sickening Entanglement. This sounds right up my alley. This spell functions as Entangle, except the plants are coated with an irritating sap that creates a painful itching rash on creatures that touch them. Any creatures that enters the area must succeed a Fortitude save or be sickened as long as it remains in the area for 1d4 rounds afterward. The creature remains in the area, must save each round. This is a poison effect, yes! Summon Small Elemental. The spell summons to your side a small fire, water, or air elemental. This lasts for 1 round per level. Acts according to its own initiative check results. It attacks your opponents to the best of its ability. So it auto-attacks like the pets that we summoned in before. And we also get Summon Nature's Ally level 2. Very cool stuff. I'm so excited about new spells, dude. That's definitely the most exciting part of leveling up. I think this is going to be pretty easy for me. Sickening Entanglement. Should I combo that with Pernicious Poison? Is that a good idea? I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot of casting if I combo those together. I'm only able to cast 2 level 2 spells right now. Let's try the Elemental. I think that sounds really fun. Hammond also leveling up as well. Looks like he's going to get a new feat this time after We increase his stealth and his mobility. I think I'm going to grab toughness for Hammond. He already has dodge, and I think these two together should give him quite a edge up on survivability on the battlefield. And he kind of is our main tank at the moment, but I might be changing that soon. I think once we hit level 5, I'm going to definitely look into some more feats that increase his damage output, because his strength is pretty good at 19. Constitution a little on the low side too. Poor Hammond. Once he hits level 8, he will be able to wear medium barding, I think it was called, like companion armor, but we're a little far away from that at the moment. Land's over here by the fire trying to warm up. Land greets you with a nod. Here for a chat? I've been waiting for you to come by and see what strange beast you've taken into your party. Are you talking about Hammond? I'd like to know more about you, actually, Land. Let me guess, your first question. Can you wear a hat with that one horn, am I right? Well, yeah, can you wear a hat with one horn? Sure I can, but certain designs don't suit me too well. Land speaks in deadly seriousness. Oh, I was definitely upplaying his voice too much then. You know, mongrels have pretty short lifespans, I've heard, but, you still look pretty good. How old are you? Land chuckles. I'm as old as I look. No surprises there. But you remember Sol? He's 10 years older than me. I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior, and day by day, I watched him turn into an old man. Him and my father. It happens very quickly. First, you miss a shot because you don't see the target as clearly as you used to. You think it's because your eyes are tired. You tell yourself it'll be better tomorrow. Then you notice you're having trouble breathing and that climbing is harder than before. Land clenches and unclenches his human fist. Your fingers stop bending. You have to tie your sword to your hand. You can't even put on your greaves without help. When you're washing your face in the stream, sometimes you catch sight of a gray-haired, wrinkled old man that you don't even recognize. And this goes on until one day you come across a cave beast and realize you can't outrun it. Land takes a breath. My dad kept diaries, marking all the signs, and I saw it too. The last year I had to help him get out of bed, help him dress, remind him to eat. Sometimes he forgot my name. I told him that we should have stayed on the surface, and he joked that dodging a goddess was behavior unworthy of a crusader. He meant Barasama. Did I say that right? I have no idea how to say that. Every morning I wake up and check how I feel, but there are no signs yet. Even so, I know I don't have much time. I need to do something useful before I forget why I came here. Do you want to talk about Windowag, dude? I know you two were close, right? Or at least you thought you were. She was just stringing you along. Are you sure? All right. Tell me about your connection. My connection to Windowag? I mean, where do I start? Lon turns the unexpressive reptile half of his face at you. We grew up together, trained together. She was the chief's daughter. She was groomed to be the best all her life. And then I come along. We were rivals, but we dragged each other out of tight spots too. I've always been drawn to grand, heroic gestures, sometimes idiotic ones. Whereas Windu liked to roam unexplored passages, finding new caves and making maps. She wanted to be a great huntress, the one who'd make it through the shield maze, but instead, she... Land shakes his head. It'd be better if she had died. The death of a friend is painful, but watching a friend become a shadow of their former self is unbearable. She didn't seem to think that she was a shadow. Of course! She thinks she did everything right. Because the second she starts to doubt herself, she'll have to face the truth. to admit that she's just a cannibal that demons use as they wish. Lan's frown looks almost like a wince. She wants to get stronger and stronger, but for what? I'll never understand what drives her. So were you two friends? Or was it a little bit more than that, Lan? Well, you really don't pull your punches, do you? I'm over here grieving and everything. Lan exhales loudly. There was a time when I asked myself the same question. Winduag knew me better than anyone. She understood me better than anyone. She was the first girl that I ever, you know. But we never loved each other. Maybe I could have grown to love her, but it always seemed like she never understood what love was. Maybe she just wasn't capable of those kinds of feelings. Okay, Lan. I understand. Sorry that I pried. You ever want to reopen any more of my old wounds? You know where to find me. Oh. No, that's okay. I'll see you later, bud. Oh, decided to come outside for a little bit of fresh air after that one.
For adventure.
Oh. What is this over on the right? Looks like a little shrine. This place has been sanctified. It can protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. Well, maybe that's why the paladins don't want to leave this tavern. There was some loot back inside. I probably should go back in for it. But for now, I at least want to poke around here and see what our options are. Looks like just a lot of peasant and citizen survivors that are setting up some temporary housing. It is raining too, so I kind of wish I could help them get that up, actually. I feel like that's something Liz would want to do. To the basement? Whose basement? There's a lever on the wall. What do you think that did? Oh, hello, guards. Hello. Sorry. Surrender thy soul, Delvin. Abade, protect us. Got you again. How many times is that today? Think your jokes and shove him, tiefling. Whoa, easy there. Don't hit me. Who's this guy? Wolfshear.
Hey, Chief. Ooh, hey, gorgeous. Come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
The young tiefling sits cross-legged on the floor. He looks relatively calm for someone in shackles, but his tail whips back and forth in agitation. Noticing your attention, the tiefling sets up and beckons you over. Is he calling me gorgeous because I'm also a tiefling, or is it because I actually am pretty? What do you guys think?
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Hey, why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Oh, no. What were you thieving? What did you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations, no problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
Did you forget that you're in jail? What?
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Hey, he just scared you with his magic. Don't talk too much shit.
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
I am kind of tempted to help out a fellow tiefling. Who are you, though? What's your fucking name?
Woljif. Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
The tiefling rattles his chains and gives you a meaningful look. What did you do with your shadow when I was walking in?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Okay, I imagine at this point Liz would kind of walk up to the bars here and I mean, I'm sure the guards can hear everything, but you know, kind of whisper, I can't help you while you're chained up. How do I get you out?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city.
Yeah, we know Irabeth.
Put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
Yeah, I'll go have a word with her.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
We'll talk later, bud. I mean, who hasn't done a little bit of thieving in their day? You know, there's, you know, just, you know, guards. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, if we just arrested everyone who did a little bit of thieving, then who would we have left? You know, guards?
My legs carry
Ooh,
me.
a shield.
Wherever my legs
Hey,
carry me.
Irabeth, you remember me, right? Irabeth rubs her red and tired eyes.
Any success? How's the city?
Remember, I'm doing my paladin voice for her because that's what she is, even though she's a girl. Just go with it. Just go with it. It'll be okay. Yeah, there's a tiefling chained up in the Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Did he do a little thieving?
Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of thieflings, excuse me. A gang of thieflings. Operating in Canabris. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep them, apart from the Defender's Heart. But that's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free, or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put a good word in for him, hasn't he? Irabeth squints at you thoughtfully, then shrugs. If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guards' hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful, should you decide to have him along.
Well,
Hey.
Chief, what do you got for me?
Well, you're lucky you met me. Let's just start with that. We'll see how this goes.
Ha! You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
I am a smooth talker, in fact.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
All right, Delvin. I open up a notebook and mark it down.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following?
Yes, I think so. Are you going to take me to your thief den?
Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go, I'll show you the way.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Looks like the rest of our party can level up too. Lan hitting level 3 with Zen Archer. Remember, I'm not changing their stuff here too much. We're just going to let them progress the way the game wants them to. So I can kind of learn the ins and outs of the game a little bit more. At least that's the plan. We can always respec these later on down the road. He's going to pick up deflect arrows? Are you sure? Oh, he gets point blank. passively. Oh, I see. Okay, deflect arrows it is. He has a key power for an extra attack. He's also going to get a key pool. If this is like D&D, this is a resource that he generates and then can spend to empower certain attacks. And then he gets these back when he rests, as far as I know. Camellia, Shaman, Spirit Hunter getting leveled up. She's getting good bonuses to Trickery and Stealth. Love to see that. She's also going to be picking up Dodge, which is kind of surprising to me, but she is in melee range after all. And she gets a ton of new spells. Some of these we've seen, like Sickening Entanglement we're using right now. Summon Nature Ally. We could use that. Inflict Moderate Wounds. We don't have access to that, that's for sure. She has Aid. Temporary hit points so we can put on everybody, although this only lasts for a minute. And I know in combat there's 10 turns or whatever, but outside of combat, that's not a long time. Cure Moderate Wounds is on here. That looks like a pretty cool spell selection. She's kind of been our healer and buffer so far. I kind of want her to keep her going down that same path. So it looks like she can equip Bull's Strength in her Spirit Magic slot. This is going to give her a strength bonus. We could then buff Sela to be pretty strong with that, I think. Or Hammond. I went with False Life, so we can increase the HP of a target. And it looks like it's only herself. But again, she's in melee, so giving her more HP to run in, I think, is totally fine. And the other ability, Aid, is going to give 1d8 hit points to everyone around her, right? To a maximum of 1d8 plus 10 temporary hit points at caster level 10. Nice. Oh, it's one adventurer within touch range. I see. We could still make that work. We're going to make Camellia and Sela the dynamic duo in our party. It kind of feels like we're going that direction. Sela's gaining a feat, heavy armor focus, it looks like. Also getting the aura of courage. At 3rd level, the paladin is immune to fear. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against fear effects as well. That's awesome. She's also immune to all diseases. Okay. Oh, this is really cool. At 3rd level and every 3 levels thereafter, a paladin can select 1 mercy. Each mercy adds an effect to the paladin's Lay on Hands ability, which is the heal that Sela can use pretty often. Whenever the paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target also receives additional effects from all of the mercies possessed by the paladin. So not only are you healing the target, but you are passing over buffs as well. That's really cool. And it looks like we're getting a heavy armor focus. Mercy of Sickened. Whenever a paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage, the target is no longer sickened. Interesting. I was kind of hoping it'd be like a damage buff or something. That's what I was envisioning. Very cool. Man, leveling up is really exciting, I gotta say. Thorn Autumn Haze. That's a weird name. A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost, his arms wrapped in blood-stained bandages. You spot other bandages on his body underneath his clothes. But even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he says faintly, "I am Thorn Autumn Haze, at your service." His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his eyes. Do you need help? After giving you a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. "Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. The local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wound and the poison delivered through them." Yeah, I'm Liz. You could trust me. I might be able to help if you're poisoned. Like, I can go to sleep. I do druid stuff, you know. After a brief pause, Thorn says, It would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Okay. Is he actually poisoned right now? Because I'll figure this out. Okay, bad news. I just looked at my spell list and I can't cure poison. I can only delay it. I mean, you would just feel good for a second and then it would come back. How may I help? I'd like to know more about you. You actually seem kind of interesting. I won't hold anything back. Not who I am. That's why I made my way here, or who it is that I'm pursuing. What? Tell me about yourself. Other peoples tend to believe that identity is the sum of a person's actions and the events that happen to them. For them, I am one of a long line of warriors of Kaonan, who since his youth has dedicated himself to hunting evil and injustice. For them, I am a successful and capable huntsman who has tracked down and slayed a great many monsters. But I'm an elf, and for me, my identity has a different meaning. It is shaped by the place where I was born and that I love so deeply. I am shaped by what I find beautiful and what makes my heart quicken. By the fears that come to me in the dead of night. By the things that I find so intolerable that at the sight of them, my very core darkens and fills with poison. Thus, to tell you who I am, I would require many days and much candor, which is more than you have at your disposal. Okay, I don't have any more questions. I have to go. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Holy fuck, you could have just said you didn't want to talk to me. That would have been totally fine. Hammond, let's go. We're leaving. Hey, are you a vendor? Is this your stand?
Quick, else we miss all the fun.
The grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his calloused hands, carefully inspecting its edge.
When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod.
A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canabras. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors.
Hey, do you have any wares? Oh, literally, I could just flash the heaven sword. Hey, you recognize this? That does sound kind of fun. But I'm here for a purpose. You know what sounds more fun? What if I just sold the blade to him? Oh my god, you can do that? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy just yet, anyway. Wow. Put a ton of stuff up for trade and still not super low on weight. I mean, I do have a few weapons I probably don't need to have sitting around. I did think of something that would be really fun to do. And I think it'd be... I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to let you see it. Also, what the fuck is the difference between a composite longbow and a longbow? And which one does Lan actually have proficiency with? Because I didn't even know they were different. Anyway, made $4,031 on my first trip to a vendor. Deal! I'll take it! I don't know what any of that's worth. Okay, so we gave Sela this two-hand flail, and she's been wrecking with it. It's been really cool to watch her just completely smash faces in. And, you know, maybe we keep that equipped over here for a while. But it seems wrong to not give Sela her shield back. And, you know, she's gonna need a weapon. What if she had, I don't know, some kind of heavenly sword?
Radiance.
That's really cool. I'd love to talk to her about that. It'd be cool if she had unique dialogue, because we just handed Radiance to her. Sela smiles at you warmly. Hey there! During that march through the dungeon, we never got to exchange a proper greeting. It's high time I shake your hand. Dude, Sela's the best companion by far. By a mile. Let's see. I'd like to know more about you, Sela. Oh, I'm a little bit of a Geb. A little bit of a Katapesh. But mostly from the Knights of Amadei. I was accepted and began my training at 14. I belonged to their ranks more than I belonged to any other place. What made you become a paladin of Amadei? That's a serious question. And a good one. You should ask it of your companions. But it's a long story. To start with, 12 years ago, I was nothing like the person I am now. I roamed the streets of Soku and with the other homeless orphans. I stole, I fought. I was hired as a sword for a bit. Not the proper origin of a paladin, is it? Back then, Soku was a city of orphans, widows, and widowers. Gnolls decimated the city regularly. My parents were among their victims. People there heard about new deaths before they'd finish mourning their previous losses. One day, a group of knights of Amadei brought a glimmer of hope to the city. But while others saw them as saviors and protectors, I was busy pricing up their noble horses and their gleaming mithril armor, wondering just how much one of those pretty swords could fetch. You know, I might have that in common with you. A thief lives one day at a time. That's what they say. I was the type that never thought past the next job. Anyhow, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of their mithril helms. Sela pauses, her voice sad and measured. And I was right there when a gnoll attacked the helm's owner. Oh my god. Asamai was her name, and dealt a blow to her unprotected head. A gnoll, like all those others, she'd fearlessly driven away from the gates of Soku. That one's blow was fatal. But who was really to blame for her death? The gnoll attacker or the young thief named Sela? You know, as a druid and as a nomad, Liz would know a little bit about survival. And I could totally understand why Sela would beat herself up over that. Like, it makes complete sense. But life is cruel and full of chaos. Sometimes survival just comes down to luck. So that's how you see it. Sela looks at you with curiosity, but no hostility. I can't accept that point of view. If the story of my youth taught me anything, is that we're all accountable for our actions. It's too easy to wave off responsibility if you use the cruelty of life as an excuse. Yeah, I was just trying to make you feel better too. I mean, keep that in mind, Sela. I mean, come on. You know, Sela, Iridbeth said that your friend is missing. Do you have any idea where we should start looking? Iridbeth is worried about her fighters. I understand that. I wanted to look for Jana myself, so I didn't distract you, but since you're in this too, I could use some help. Jana and I met in Canabras a few years ago and just hit it off. We went drinking together. We went to that unforgettable celebration together too, but we got separated in the crowd. So we could start looking for them at the main square. That's where I last saw her. Sela frowns. Jana's a good fighter. Even if she's green, that means she's new. She could have become an Eldori otherwise. I hope that means that she's all right. I think that's what we're going to do next episode. Head out into the market square and start to look for Sela's missing companion. Thank you so much for speaking to me. Until next time. See ya! I think Sela's a really cool companion. Doesn't have anything on Hammond, but I like her nonetheless. I know this was a bit more of a quiet episode. I hope you guys don't mind too much. Whenever we have episodes where it's kind of quiet, I'll try to make sure the title reflects that in some way. I know these aren't everyone's cup of tea. But everyone in the party leveled up. We got a brand new companion. We have a bunch of new leads on some well-paying quests. I mean, we did get another 1,000 out of Harvest Worm. But next episode, we're going to go looking for Sela's friend. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Goodbye.